This episode was pretty good because y'all know I didn't review it last week at all. So I'm here to tell you that this episode was pretty good. So let's get into it. What's good, everybody? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Growing Up Hip Hop. Okay, now you guys already know that last week I did not review this shit mainly because it was boring as hell last week. And my thing about this is this right here. Y'all need to know who makes the show. Briana makes the show. Lil Twist makes the show. Bring more Briana, bring more Lil Twist, and we got a show. Like, bro, come on now. Like, this show was hella entertaining to me. I enjoyed every bit of this episode. But before we get into the review, let's get into the promotions of the things that I have coming up on my channel. Let's get into it. And the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be out in May. We will be covering the Real Housewives of Atlanta, so be on the lookout for that. Also, on the horizon is The Influence. It will be with me and Reggie. It will be a 10-episode show about music and music only, so be on the lookout for that. Boys Night Out is still here. We will be returning on Saturday, but in a vlog form because you guys already know that we went on a trip to Atlanta, enjoyed ourselves for my birthday, and we documented most of it. So we will be back with the vlog on Saturday, and then 2 weeks from now, we'll be back with a real episode, and then we're going to have probably 2 more episodes to go before we finish off our second season, going into our third. So be on the lookout for Boys Night Out. Roaster Review is already back. Me, Terrence, and Josiah are already back in the saddle with Roaster Review. We are talking about Candy and the Gang, and then we'll be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville too. So be on the lookout for that. We really appreciate all the support that we've gotten for this particular panel. Okay, we love it, we love it, we love it. And also I have Who Was Wrong that's coming out. Like I said, that will also be a 10-week show. It'll be me and 10 other content creators. We'll be having a friendly banter debating about certain feuds in reality TV. Okay, and I already chose my 10 people. 7 have responded. I'm waiting for the last 3 to respond. All I need is 3 more, but we're going to start filming this next week. Okay, it will be pre-recorded. It won't be live. It'll definitely be pre-recorded. So be on the lookout for that. Okay. So yes. Scotty by Nature TV has a lot coming up on the brand, and there will also be more big Are You Serious segments as well, because I think there's going to be one to come out on Saturday. Okay, so be on the lookout for that as well. So let's get into Growing Up Hip Hop. So we're gonna open this thing up with Tee and Shawn. Okay, we're gonna open it up with that. They're walking on the beach after the wedding, and for the first time in a long time, Shawn actually looks happy. For the most part of this season, Shawn was looking unhappy as hell about this damn wedding. And like I said, he was acting like he really didn't want to get married, but in the same breath, it's kind of like, okay, maybe it's not that he didn't want to get married. Maybe it's that he just wasn't with all this extra stuff involving the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Like all this extra stuff that TT probably wanted. Most of the times when it comes down to men and women and marriages and shit like that, the men, they don't really be caring about all this extra stuff. They can give a damn about the wedding. They can give a damn about decorations. They can give a damn about any of that stuff. They just want to get married, make sure you got their last name, and keep it moving and spend the rest of their lives with you. They don't really care about that other stuff. Mainly the women care about that stuff. So I think I probably misunderstood him when it came down to it, but I just couldn't help myself. He looked like he just didn't want to be a part. But like I said, he looked so happy walking on that damn beach with her. He's looking so happy, like, bitch, I'm so glad that this shit over. That's how it was coming across to me, like, bitch, I'm glad this shit over. I'm glad that we ain't got to do this no more. I'm glad that we have gotten this over with. I am glad that it is done. We are done with it. I'm glad that it's over with. Period. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it came across to me. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what it was, I can't say that I blame him for that at all. So it is what it is. But then they started talking about Peppa reaching out. Now Peppa reached out to TT, and Maureen read the message at the reception or whatever. And Shawn was basically saying, I know that you miss your auntie. And TT doesn't want to admit it, but she does miss Pep. I mean, at the end of the day, they had a very close-knit relationship. That was her aunt, but that is her aunt. They were very close. They had this tight-knit relationship. And her wedding is something that Pep would have been at, being that they were so close and they had this bond that they had. Like, that wedding was the best place for them to be together. So I definitely get why TT probably feels some feels right now, just due to the fact that it's like this. My aunt is not at my wedding. You know what I mean? Like, my aunt was like this with me. Like, we were very close knit. So it's kind of like, at this point, she's not here. It doesn't seem right that she's not here. And it's just what it is. But she did own up to the fact that she really does miss Pep. And there has to be some form of a reconciliation. And I am a firm believer in, if it can be fixed, fix it. But if there's no point of it being fixed, then don't try to fix it at all. And that's just where I'm at with it. Like, I love family. Y'all already know how much I talk about my family. I love family. I love my cousins, especially on my father's side. Like, my father's family is so huge, so big. I have so many cousins to choose from, and I would do anything for my cousins. They're like my brothers and sisters. Because that's just how close we are. So I love my family. I really do. But there are some family members that I just don't want to have anything to do with, because like when they cross that line with me, when you cross a line of disrespect, when you cross the line of disrespecting me, making me feel uncomfortable, trying to talk down to me, trying to make me feel some type of way, and then you gaslight me and act like you didn't do nothing wrong, but it's all on me when I react. I can't be around people like that. I cannot be around people that's going to tear my energy down, bring me down. I can't be around that. So I'm only about elevation. So at this point, it's kind of like this. If you're not going to help me elevate, if you're not going to encourage me, if you're only going to be negative, I don't want you in my space. I don't care who you are. So when it comes down to it, I can understand TT wanting to try to, fix whatever's going on with her and Pep. But Egypt, I don't know about that, because Egypt made her bid when she decided to pick Sam over TT, when she decided to believe the lies that Sam told on TT. The fact that Sam said that TT had a crush on him and was in love with him, and Egypt dumbass really sat there and believed that shit. That's the killing part for me. Like, you really believe that shit? Like, do you really think that bougie ass really wants your man? You cannot be serious, Egypt. You cannot, because it's like, girl, really? Do you really think that will want Sam? And you sit up there and you believe that shit. Like, Sam caused a whole lot of issues for them. And it's the fact that they all knew that he was the one causing all the issues. But Pep and Egypt and Tretch, they all took Sam's side. And none of them seen it from TT's point of view. So at the same time, as great as it would be for TT to make things right with Pep and Egypt, I could definitely understand why she wouldn't want anything to do with them. Because me personally, I know I won't want nothing to do with them at all. I'm just being real. I wouldn't. But if there's an olive branch there, there's an olive branch there. Okay. So now we get into Chris and Briana. Okay. I don't know how far apart this was filmed, but hell, the last time we knew, they was at a party, they was at the wedding together, but now they're talking about being together. And to be honest, I like Briana with Chris. I think that Chris got the right energy for Briana. I think that he's there to whip her into shape and calm her down, put her in her place just a little bit, and let her know, girl, it ain't that deep. It ain't that serious. You ain't got to act like that. Everybody ain't after you. You got somebody that's willing to be down for you, be here for you, and all this other good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't even got to be acting like that. You ain't gotta act like that. You ain't gotta act like that, bro. So I feel like that's the type of energy that he's on. That's the type of time that he's on. And it looks like Briana is happy. Most of the time we see Briana on this damn TV, she don't be happy. She always got this resting bitch face on. She always ready to fight. She always ready to be extra. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like he's making her happy, and that may be what she needs, because she's been unhappy for the duration of the show. You know what I mean? I know I really just started reviewing this show last season, but she has been unhappy for most of the duration of this show. So I just personally feel like Chris is the thing that's going to bring her into full circle. She needs that. That's just what I think. So when it come down to it, as you know, Chris is um Peppa's nephew, which makes him TT's first cousin. Okay, her first cousin. And at this point, if she's going to be with Chris, she's going to be around Chris's family. And so we already know about the issues that Briana got with Peppa, the issues that she got with Egypt, the issues that she got with Sam. And she feels like Peppa, I can deal with. Egypt, I can have a conversation with. But I just don't like Sam. I don't want to have nothing to do with Sam. I'm over Sam. I don't want to be bothered with Sam. It's just that what it is. Like, I don't have to get crazy when he's around, but I prefer not to have him around me. Like, if he's going to be around, then I don't want to be around. Rightfully so, because Sam does nothing but antagonize Briana. I don't care what nobody say. A lot of that shit that went down, Sam was antagonizing Briana, period. He started a lot of that shit with Briana. He's the reason why Briana and Egypt ain't friends right now. And all Briana ever tried to do was look out for Egypt, be a friend to Egypt, and all of that other stuff. So, yeah, Sam got to go. But Chris was like, look, for the sake of me, I want you to try and get along with my family. Now, you ain't got to like them. You ain't even got to be cool with them, but just be able to respect them when you're in their space. And Briana could agree with that. And so could I. It's just like this, bitch. Like, you ain't got to like them. You ain't got to F with them. You ain't got to do none of that. But at the end of the day, just respect them. Tolerate them for my sake, because you with me. You ain't even with them. You're not here for them. You're here for me. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm asking you to do is to tolerate them. You ain't got to be friends with them. You ain't got to hang out with them. Go out for dinner, have drinks with them. The only time that you need to be tolerable with them is when I'm around and when we're somewhere together and I'm at a family function. That's it. And Briana was like, okay, I can deal with that. I don't know what it is about Chris, but Chris must be really putting it down like the way Brianna wanted, and he must be playing his cards right, and maybe she gonna fall in love, as Brandy would say on Put It Down. It's off the 211 album. Y'all better get you some. But regardless of anything, I'm loving it. So shout out to Chris and Brianna. I'm loving this little bud and romance that they got going on. I like it. So now we get into Jojo and Tanis, and I thought this was a very cute scene. You know, we've been giving Jojo a lot of fever lately. You know, we've been giving him a lot of fever lately, child. And it ain't like he ain't deserved none of the fever, because he been acting real stupid, real strange, real whatever. Like, that's exactly how the hell he been acting, and we all know it. And at the end of the day, he decided to romance Tanis, give her a surprise, and you know, they apologized to each other, and they both was trying to right their wrongs in a situation, because they know that they are going through a hard time. But I don't think that Tanis should apologize to JoJo for her emotions, because at the end of the day, she can't help that. That's how she feels at the end of the day. Like, that's postpartum stuff. And at the end of the day, she can't help that. But at the same point in time, I'm glad that they're both recognizing that they both could do a better job at making the other happy. And that's really all that matters, is when you make the other person happy. That's really it. All you need to do is make them happy. All you need to do is make sure that they're okay, and that's it. Because JoJo was not trying to make sure that that Tanis was okay at all. He didn't really give a damn about her being okay. He was good with the way she was. You know what I mean? Like, it was always about him and what the hell he wanted. That's what that was, and I ain't like that. So shout out to JoJo and Tanis for trying to get back on a good page and make sure that things are good in their marriage, because you know, I like JoJo and I like Tanis and I like them together. So I'm all about real love. I'm all about love itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, y'all get that thing together. You know what I mean? Like, JoJo, go over there, get your woman. Make sure that she's loved. Make sure she feels like she's loved. Make sure you're giving her love. Make sure you're doing the things that you need to do to make sure that your woman knows that you love her, that you adore her, and all of that stuff. That's what you need to do. Period. That's all you need to do. Period. Point blank. Now, what I have noticed is that there hasn't been any Cree and there hasn't been any Savannah. I wonder why. I wonder why, because I remember watching her interviews that she did with Color Me Pink and the interviews that she did with the old ladies first panel, or whatnot. And it didn't make her any more like it didn't make her likable at all. Like I was even more annoyed with her than I already was anyway. So it's just like, girl, okay, whatever. Make your excuses about the way you've been acting. Go ahead, girl, do that. Make your excuses, child. Because that's exactly what the hell this was some damn excuses. So TT and Maureen, they sit down and have drinks and they discuss Pepper. And the thing of it is, TT said, I did not know that you were going to read that in front of everybody. And when they were talking about it, TT was basically saying that she felt like Pepper was sincere. But the thing of it is, Pepper doesn't take accountability for the things that she's done. And I think that's the issue that TT got with Pep. And the issue that she got with Marine is, you can call me out, but I don't never see you call out Pep for what she's done. And Pep has done a lot of stuff. And that is very true. Pep has done a lot of hurtful things to TT, a lot of stuff that she did not have to do. So I definitely agree with that. So the next thing you know, Pepper arrives, and then the three of them hash it out. And then what TT was saying was, at the end of the day, you go along with whatever Egypt says, okay? You go along with that. You don't care what she says or does. You don't even know if it's true or not. You will go with it anyway. Like, you would straight up go with it. You won't have a problem with going with it. You straight up go with it and you keep it moving. You don't even try to ask about my side of the story. You don't try to intervene. You don't try to do nothing. You believe everything Egypt says and then you keep it moving. Even when Egypt is wrong, you don't call Egypt out. Marine calls me out. Marine lets me know when I'm wrong. Marine lets me know when I'm doing too much. But you, on the other hand, you don't tell Egypt when she's right or when she's wrong at all. And you enable her behavior. And the thing about that is, Marine had to jump in and read Pepper for points. And that's exactly what it was. She read Pepper for points, baby. That's what she did. She read her for points. Because at the end of the day, when somebody telling you the truth and reading you with facts, there's nothing that you can say. And there was nothing that Pepper could say at that fucking moment, period. Because she knew that everything that Marine and TT was saying about her ass was all facts. There was nothing that you could say about it, period. Because you knew that it was some fucked up shit that you had done to that girl. You already knew that though. But you weren't gonna say nothing. You weren't gonna say nothing. That's just what it was. You weren't gonna say anything. But one thing you did do in the confessional, you did own up to being a person to enable Egypt's behavior, because you felt some type of way because you were gone all the time. You were always on the road. You was always doing shows. You wasn't around as much. So because of that, you overcompensated and allowed Egypt to do whatever the hell that she wants to do. And that right there was your issue. Because when you sit up there and you enable a person, they're not going to learn nothing. You're enabling them. They're going to feel like they can do whatever the hell they want to do, go out in this world, do whatever they want to do, and don't get no repercussion for it. And that's exactly why Egypt is a spoiled ass brat right now. That's why she's the way that she is, because you did nothing to call her out on that. You've done nothing to let her know, girl, you need to stop doing that. You ain't do that. You ain't do that not one time. And I think that that's ridiculous, honestly. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, child, like, it's crazy to me. So yeah, you need to figure that out. You need to figure that out for real, because it's kind of like this. Like, girl, like, do you not see what your daughter did? Like, just like Marine said, I can call TT out on her shit all day, but you don't never call Egypt out. And that's what my biggest issue with Pepper is. You don't call Egypt out and you never call her to the carpet. That's my biggest issue. That's my biggest issue with Pepper. That's my biggest issue with this whole situation with Egypt and Pepper, child. That is my biggest issue, child. Let me turn this heat off, baby, because I'm about to burn up. I was gonna wait till after this review was over with, but child, no. Nope, nope. Yeah, I had to get up and turn that motherfucker off, honey, because that was too damn hot. Yes, I got some air coming in right here. Yes. Okay, so now we get into Eric and Aaliyah. Now, I always rag on Aaliyah. I always say Aaliyah looked like she shop at Dirt Cheap, which she do, but she did look pretty decent today. She don't look like she shop at Dirt Cheap today. She look like she looks like she shops at Walmart today, and I shop at Walmart, so that's yeah. But he wants to have a celebration for his dad, and he wants to invite the entire group. And Aaliyah feels very apprehensive about that because the whole group ain't been together for a while, and there's certain people with certain issues with each other. You got Egypt, Sam, and Brianna. You got TT in Egypt and Sam. You got Sequoia and Tanis. You got Sequoia, Chris, Savannah. You got all these people together. So what about it? And so Eric was like, "Well, I ain't got shit to do with it, so I'm gonna invite everybody." And Lee was like, "Okay." So I forgot what Eric was getting, but he was talking about all these millions of records that Bone Thugs and Harmony had got and all this other stuff. And then Sequoia came by and all that stuff. And Sequoia came over to talk to Eric, and Sequoia asked him about TT's wedding, and Eric said that he wasn't invited to TT's wedding, and he don't understand why he wasn't invited to TT's wedding. But then he said, we both had a flirtation going on years ago, so that's probably why she didn't invite me. Do you really believe that TT didn't invite you because you wanted her a couple of years ago? Because let the true feeling be said. We already know she ain't want your ass. Like, boy, I don't even know why he felt like that had to be something to say. See, this is why, like, when I be with Eric, Eric always does something that makes me fall the fuck out with his ass every fucking time. Cause he always when he become messy Erica, I can't deal with that. He be pissing me off when he be doing that. So Sequoia was like, "Well, I just still got my issues with the raggedy muffins," and she's talking about Cree and Savannah, and she's just not with it. But she says that she would be on her best behavior when it come down to his party. She really don't have no real issue with Tanis, but she does want to talk to Tanis and try to air things out and smooth things over. That's what she said. Okay, Sequoia, we're gonna see how that works out. So now it's time for Egypt and TT's grandmother's party or whatever. It's her 94th birthday. Chris and Brianna show up together, and TT was like, "What the fuck is this? What is going on? What's going on?" And Chris and Brianna was like, "Well, we're together." And TT was like, "Oh my god!" And then Pep is here, so blah 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 blah. And Brianna was like, "Oh, I'm on some grown woman shit." I'm on some grown woman shit. I ain't with that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here for Chris. I'm here to have a good time. I'm not here on no BS. So then, next thing Chris brings Brianna and Peppa together so they can have a conversation. Now, to me, it looks like Peppa really didn't want to have no conversation with Brianna. She was over Brianna. She didn't want to talk to Brianna. That's the way it looks to me. But however, Brianna made Chris leave so her and Pep can have a conversation. And she said she never really had an issue with Egypt. It was mainly Sam. And all she ever did was look out for Egypt. That's all she was trying to do, is look out for Egypt and all that other stuff. And she said, I know I did some things that was totally messed up and all this other stuff, but this is the olive branch. And they decided to make up or whatever, but looks to me like Peppa still ain't here for Brianna. I don't know if, and I doubt that Brianna is even here for Pep. I just think that she did this for the sake of Chris. And it's okay. That's okay. There's really no need for y'all to still be beefing about old shit anyway. So it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's really okay. Hold on, you guys. So I think it's okay, pretty much. I think it's okay. But I think it was a good ending. I think it was a good ending. I think that we got somewhere with some stuff. That's how I feel. I think we got somewhere. You know what I mean? Like somewhere. Honestly, we got somewhere. But I like the conversation, and like I said, I see this situation with Brianna and Chris going somewhere positive. I definitely do, and I hope that they make it completely official, because I want to see more of this romance between the two of them. I think that Chris is the energy that Brianna needs. Real talk. I do think that that's the energy that she needs, because she needs that. Period. But with that being said, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This be your boy Scotty by Nature. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share the video, click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. Also, be on the lookout for my community posts too, because I know sometimes y'all don't get notifications. So make sure y'all look at the community wall too. That's why I be posting my videos as they get uploaded. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter and my IG is down below. But if you want me to follow you back on IG, just hit me up in the DMs with the hashtag Mrs. Team Scotty, and I will definitely hit you back and follow you back. With that being said, you guys, your boys out here until my next video. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace